February 12, 1937. Today the presence of God is piercing me through and through, like a ray from the sun. My soul is longing for God so intensely that I fall into a swoon every now and then. I feel eternal love touching my heart, and my littleness cannot bear it, and this causes me to swoon. Still my interior strength is great, and my soul wants to match the love with which it is loved. The soul at such moments has a very deep knowledge of God, and the more it comes to know Him, the purer and more fervent does its love for Him become. How unfathomable are the mysteries of the soul and God! Sometimes there are whole hours when my soul is lost in wonder at seeing the infinite majesty of God abasing itself to the level of my soul. Unending is my interior astonishment that the Most High Lord is pleased in me and tells me so Himself, and I immerse myself even deeper in my nothingness, because I know what I am of myself. Still I must say that I, in return, love my Creator to folly with every beat of my heart, and with every nerve. My soul unconsciously drowns in Him. I feel that nothing will separate me from the Lord, neither heaven nor earth, neither the present nor the future. Everything may change, but love, never, never, it is always the same. He, the immortal mighty one, makes His will known to me, that I may love Him very specially, and He Himself makes my soul capable of the kind of love with which He wants me to love Him. I bury myself more and more in Him, and I fear nothing. Love has overtaken my whole heart, and even if I were to be told of God's justice, and of how even the pure spirits tremble and cover their faces before Him, saying endlessly holy, which would seem to suggest that my familiarity with God would be to the detriment of His honor and majesty, I would reply, oh no, no, and once again no. In pure love there is room for everything, the highest praise and the deepest adoration, yet the soul is immersed in Him in deepest peace through love, and the words of people speaking from the exterior have no effect upon the soul. What they tell the soul about God is but a pale shadow in comparison to its own experience of Him, and it is often surprised how other people can be struck with admiration at what someone else says about God, when for this soul it is nothing special, as it knows that what can be put into words is not yet that great. So this soul listens to everything with respect, but has its own special life in God. February 13, 1937. Today, during the Passion service, I saw Jesus being tortured and crowned with thorns, and holding a reed in His hand. Jesus was silent as the soldiers were bustling about, vying with each other in torturing Him. Jesus said nothing, but just looked at me, and in that gaze I felt His pain, so terrible that we have not the faintest idea of how much He suffered for us before He was crucified. My soul was filled with pain and longing. In my soul I felt great hatred for sin, and even the smallest infidelity on my part seemed to me like a huge mountain for which I must expiate my mortification and penance. When I see Jesus tormented, my heart is torn to pieces, and I think, what will become of sinners if they do not take advantage of the passion of Jesus? In His passion I see a whole sea of mercy. The love of God is the flower, mercy is the fruit. Let the doubting soul read these considerations on divine mercy and become trusting. Divine mercy, gushing forth from the bosom of the Father, I trust in You. Divine mercy, greatest attribute of God, I trust in You. Divine mercy, incomprehensible mystery, I trust in You. Divine mercy, found gushing forth from the mystery of the most blessed Trinity, I trust in You. Divine mercy unfathomed by any intellect, human or angelic, I trust in You. Divine mercy from which wells forth all life and happiness, I trust in You. Divine mercy better than the heavens, I trust in You. Divine mercy, source of miracles and wonders, I trust in You. Divine mercy encompassing the whole universe, I trust in You. Divine mercy descending to earth in the person of the incarnate Word, I trust in You. Divine mercy which flowed out from the open wound of the heart of Jesus, I trust in You. Divine mercy enclosed in the heart of Jesus for us, and especially for poor sinners, I trust in You. Divine mercy unfathomed in the institution of the sacred host, I trust in You. Divine mercy in the founding of Holy Church, I trust in You. Divine mercy in the sacrament of Holy Baptism, I trust in You. Divine mercy in our justification through Jesus Christ, I trust in You. Divine Mercy accompanying us through our whole life, I trust in you. Divine Mercy embracing us especially at the hour of death, I trust in you. Divine Mercy endowing us with immortal life, I trust in you. Divine Mercy accompanying us every moment of our life, I trust in you. Divine Mercy shielding us from the fires of hell, I trust in you. Divine Mercy and the conversion of hardened sinners, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, astonishment for angels, incomprehensible to saints, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, unfathomed in all the mysteries of God, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, lifting us out of every misery, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, source of our happiness and joy, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, calling us forth from nothingness to existence, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, embracing all the works of His hands, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, crown of all of God's handiwork, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, in which we are all immersed, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, sweet relief for anguished hearts, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, only hope of despairing souls, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, repose of hearts, peace amidst fear, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, delight and ecstasy of holy souls, I trust in you. Divine Mercy, inspiring hope against all hope, I trust in you. Eternal God, in whom mercy is endless and the treasury of compassion inexhaustible, look kindly upon us and increase your mercy in us, that in difficult moments we might not despair nor become despondent, but with great confidence submit ourselves to your holy will, which is love and mercy itself. O incomprehensible and limitless mercy divine, to extol and adore you worthily, who can? Supreme attribute of Almighty God, you are the sweet hope for sinful man. Into one hymn yourselves unite, stars, earth, and sea, and in accord, thankfully and fervently sing of the incomprehensible divine mercy. My Jesus, you see that your holy will is everything to me. It makes no difference to me what you do with me. You command me to set to work, and I begin calmly, although I know that I am incapable of it. Through your representatives, you order me to wait, so I wait patiently. You fill my soul with enthusiasm, but you do not make it possible for me to act. You attract me to yourself in heaven, and you leave me in this world. You pour into my soul a great yearning for yourself, and you hide yourself from me. I am dying of the desire to be united with you forever, and you do not let death come near me. O beloved God, you are the nourishment and delight of my soul. When I submit to the holy will of my God, a deep peace floods my soul. O my Jesus, you do not give a reward for the successful performance of a work, but for the good will and the labor undertaken. Therefore, I am completely at peace, even if all my undertakings and efforts should be thwarted or should come to naught. If I do all that is in my power, the rest is not my business, and therefore the greatest storms do not disturb the depths of my peace. The will of God dwells in my conscience. February 15th, 1937. Today my suffering increased somewhat. I not only feel greater pain all through my lungs, but also some strange pains in my intestines. I am suffering as much as my weak nature can bear, all for immortal souls, to plead the mercy of God for poor sinners, and to beg for strength for priests. Oh, how much reverence I have for priests, and I am asking Jesus, the High Priest, to grant them many graces. Today, after Holy Communion, the Lord told me, "My daughter, my delight is to unite myself with you. It is when you submit yourself to my will that you give me the greatest glory, and draw upon yourself a sea of blessings. I would not take such special delight in you if you were not living by my will. O my sweet guest, I am prepared for all sacrifices for your sake, but you know that I am weakness itself. Nevertheless, with you I can do all things. O my Jesus, I beseech you, be with me at each instant." February 15, 1937. Today I heard these words in my soul: "Host pleasing to my Father, know, my daughter, that the entire Holy Trinity finds a special delight in you, because you live exclusively by the will of God. No sacrifice can compare with this." After these words, the knowledge of God's will came to me. That is to say, I now see everything from a higher point of view, and accept all events and things, pleasant and unpleasant, with love, as tokens of the Heavenly Father's special affection. The pure offering of my will burn on the altar of love, that my sacrifice may be perfect. I unite myself closely with the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. When great sufferings will cause my nature to tremble, and my physical and spiritual strength will diminish, then will I hide myself deep in the wound of the heart of Jesus, silent as a dove, without complaint. Let all my desires, even the holiest, noblest, and most beautiful, take always the last place, and your holy will the very first. The least of your desires, O Lord, is more precious to me than heaven. With all its treasures, I know very well that people will not understand me. That is why my sacrifice will be pure in your eyes. Some days ago, a certain person came to me and asked me to pray for her intention, as she had some urgent and important business. All of a sudden, I felt in my soul that this matter was not pleasing to God, and I replied that I would not pray for this intention. But I will pray for you in general, I added. A few days later, this lady came back to me and thanked me for not having prayed for her intention, but rather for her, because she had been motivated by a spirit of revenge toward a certain person to whom she owed respect and veneration in virtue of the fourth commandment. The Lord Jesus had changed her interior dispositions, and she herself acknowledged her guilt, but was, however, surprised that I had penetrated her secret. Today I received a letter from Father Sapogo, who sent me greetings for my feast day, February 15th. His greetings gave me joy, but his poor health made me sad. I had known about his interior intuition, but had not quite believed it. But it seems to me that if he himself wrote that this was so, then the other things about which he did not write are also true, and my interior knowledge has not deceived me. He requested me to underline all that I know does not come from me, that is to say, all that Jesus tells me which I hear in my soul. He has already asked me to do this several times, but I did not have the time, and, to tell the truth, I was in no hurry to do so. But how does he know that I have not done this? I was very surprised, but now I am setting about this work with all my heart. O my Jesus, your representative's will is clearly your holy will, without a shadow of a doubt.